Football 101. First things first is spacing. All right, so in maximum football, I noticed that the running back is entirely too close to the quarterback. Primarily, you want to be about 1 or 2 steps on the side of the quarterback. Throughout the video game, you've noticed that it's a lot of small details just missing. For example, the wide receiver position, you can see the ball is in the middle of the field. We want the receivers on the outside on top of the numbers. And I'm not trying to harp on them, okay? But if we fast forward and we go to NFL Fever 2004, you can see they got it right, man. So it's a great example for them to look at. Now, the next thing I want to focus on is the fluidity and the spacing and just the overall animation on the specialty moves, such as the juke move, the trunk move. Basically, the hurdle move is okay, but the running and the animation and fluidity of those specialty moves, okay. So let's look at maximum football. So let's look at this running back right here. The running field is great, okay, but the specialty moves, you get no reward for that because it covers no ground. It serves no purpose, okay? So I'm going to use NFL Fever as a great example, okay? If you look at it, there's a 1-2 step with the juke moves, okay? It's 2 different animations, which I'll take that. Okay, I'll take a bunch of different animations. If you look at the spin move, they're gaining ground. It serves the purpose. You actually get a reward, okay? So if you look at the game clips right here of maximum football, look at the juke moves. They serve no purpose. You don't get a reward out of it. Right here, you should be planting that foot in the ground and going up the field. We can't do it, all right? Even when NFL Fever came out in 2004, okay? But if you look at these animations right here, look at the momentum, look at the balance, okay? Look at the fluidity of it, all right? Look at the fluidity of it. Okay, it's just beautiful, man. You know, that you can still play this game like this until it's day. Moving along, let's talk about the quarterback animations and the lack thereof in maximum football. And, you know, me being a part of the Discord community and the maximum football community, I've said this is quite, it's quite a problem for the community as a whole, all right? Because the players, it doesn't seem as though the quarterbacks have any weight to them. The weight isn't being shifted from the back foot to the front foot, all the way to the follow through, just the overall pocket presence, And if you want to continue to grow the game, these are things you're going to have to build on. It's truly a part of making the players your own. All right, being that this is a creative world. All right, so let's look at NFL Fever. So you can see the drop back, man. Look at the transformation from body weight to the front foot to the back foot, the follow through. The players just look like they have some type of base to them. All right, even when I'm rolling out, as you can see, I'm rolling out Michael Vick, throwing the ball across the body. All right, just look at the beautiful animation, man. That's all we're asking for. It's just a few more quarterback animations, man. Not only that, it's great. It would be great from a marketing standpoint as well, being that the rosters aren't real rosters. These aren't real people. From a creative standpoint, people can make the players their own. The better the player, the better the animations. The worse the player, the worse the animations. So this is just something that you can think about implementing. So let's get to this wide receiver and defensive back play. Now, I appreciate the catching animations. They've done such a good job. And even the players, they turn up the field great, a lot faster with the update. I don't think they mentioned it, but there's something that I noticed. But I'm just speaking more on the footwork, the fluidity, just the attention to detail. The defensive back getting out of their breaks, the receiver animations. As far as the route running is concerned, sinking their hips, moving their feet, just sticking their foot in the ground, and just going, man. So like I said, it's not all bad, but let's take a look at the small details. All right, so let's take a look at this receiver right here. Now, he's going to have a 5-yard out route. Okay, I just think that I can see the animation, but they have to let the animation catch up to the actual player. Okay, we need to see it because right now they're moving entirely too robotic. There's no fluidity in the routes. They're pausing, they're doing everything else, but displaying the characteristics of a wide receiver and a defensive back. Okay. So like I said, I can see the animation, but they have to break down, move their arms. All right. So let's look at an example on NFL Fever 2004 right here. So as you can see, this receiver here runs a beautiful dig route right here. All right. Look at the Y button right here. He sells it. He breaks down. He fakes out and comes in. All right. Now this game is 20 years old, man, and we have to do a better job at that. Okay. Look at these. All of these receivers here, they're going to run curl routes. Okay. Now, pay attention to the lack of animation. Okay, the animation is there. Okay, but like I said, they have to let the animation catch up. Slow down the animation and let it catch up to the players. The defensive backs, they kind of sort of don't have a feel for the game. They're not backpedaling with their feet. They're not breaking on the ball. There's no fluidity in their footwork. Okay. So as an example right here, I'm going to throw the ball to this curl route right here. And I just want you to pay attention to how the receiver sinks his hips, comes back. But look at the defensive back and the fluidity in their hips and their footwork. Okay, the receiver breaks downhill. The cornerback is still in his back pedal, right? And they're actually breaking on the ball, planting that foot in the ground and breaking on the ball. I don't know if it's a mocap problem or whatever. Okay, but these are things. It's 2026, man. So, if you want to grow the game and you want people to keep coming back, you have to do this. Okay, you have to reshape the AI or the UI, whatever you want to call it, the computer. Okay. All right, so let's look at on the other side. Just look at the back pedal of this defensive back. Smooth. All right, back pedaling feet and they're turning, man. And these are things that you have to pay attention to, and that they have to improve on. College football and Madden coming up, in the year 2026, man. This is what people want to see. Just little improvements though, and, to the gameplay in general. All right, so. We have an out route right here, and then we have a corner route right here. Okay, so let's just pay attention to the animations, the footwork animations. I do like the way they break on the ball. The catching is great. But pay attention to the defensive backs. Okay, I can see the back pedal, but I don't see anything after that. I see the back pedal, and they're just going. Okay, it's no drive to the ball. Okay, there's no drive to the ball, but they're going a direction. Okay, so what I mean by that, look at this back pedal and the fluidity on this defensive back from NFL Fever. Okay, he's getting there. Okay, and they're breaking on everything. Okay, all right, so let's pay attention to what do we got right here. We have another curl route right here. I love the way they attack the ball, but look at the defensive backs. No hand on the receivers. Okay, no hand on the receivers. No T-step. The receiver isn't even moving. Okay, the receiver isn't moving. He's barely even running a route. Okay, these are things, man, that they have to fix up. And people like myself, man, I want to keep coming. To play the game, man. And I keep vouching for him. But these days, maximum football is at a state of a make and break state. All right. So these are things they just got to clean up, and they can do it, because they've been doing it. I can give them credit for that. All right. Like I said, man, I love the way this receiver attacks the ball. All right. So last example right here. Okay. So we got an out route and we have two drag routes right here. All right. So let's pay attention to it. Again, quarterback animation, non-existent. All right. But look at this receiver right here. All right. He's coming on. Now the route isn't that bad. The running form, I was complaining about it at first, but it's not really that bad, even though we can use a variety of running form. But look at the defensive back right here. He gets no hand on him. He's not moving at all. Okay, he's not pulling the jersey. He's not directing. He's not communicating. He is non-existent. Okay, the defensive back play and the receiver play is non-existent in maximum football. This receiver right here, this cornerback right here, I'm sorry. Okay, he stands straight up. Another thing that bothers me is everyone is in the exact same stance. From the linebacker, safety, and the cornerback. I hate that about this game, and they have to clean it up. Okay, bring the game to life. All right, this guy right here, number 21, I don't know what he's doing. Okay, he's in the same stance as number 91, a linebacker. He's just running. Okay, he's not in any type of stance. He's not backpedaling. He's not grabbing anyone. It's terrible, man. It's terrible. It's non-existent. But at some point, what I can say is they do have some good animations, but it's not enough animations. And that's what I'm saying. It's not nearly enough animations for the direction that they want to go. And the game is not, at this point, it's sort of playable. It's about 55 to 60% playable right now. Only because the game is so predictable at this point right now. It makes it hard. But the potential is there. It's full of potential, and the potential is there, and they have the foundation. All right, the game is beautiful. The presentation is beautiful. Uniform, customization, they have everything. So I just plead with Maximum Football, the devs. Please do not focus on franchise, dynasty, online play, any of that. Get this gameplay right, okay? Because it's gameplay before everything else, right? So, man, like, subscribe. Please support me with my channel. I'm out.